second half has begun. Smooth.
Colt 45.
Remember those commercials with Billy D. Williams? Whenever you see that come on, you're like, that's Lando Calrissian.
And he's drinking beer. That's not right.
A malt liquor.
Wait, really? What's this? In the malt liquor commercial? I don't think I've ever seen that.
Oh, yeah, the Billy D. Williams Colt 45.
I would love to see that. That would be funny.
It's funny. They had a Family Guy little thing about Billy D. Williams, and he's like, "I'm cool, just like the other side of your pillow."
Well, Mr. Producer, you can find those old Billy D. Williams Colt 45 commercials. That was from like the early 80s, mid 80s, I think.
Dudes Like Us, second half, January 30th. I'm ready to roll, man. We had the
I was
the
gonna
first
say, did you
half.
forget your name? And then you paused.
No, well, I was thinking I was going to talk about Dudes Like Us. I'm Sean.
I'm Paul.
And I'm Jeff.
And you were going to talk about what?
And Sean was out there chugging the 375 that we were going to sample.
Yeah.
Didn't happen.
We're going to have a conversation about that.
That didn't happen. So
he's like, "Oh, there's barely any left. I'm just going to suck it all down."
Oh, there he is. Look at that.
Oh, this is a good way to. Good
Colt
segue.
45 with
Billy D. Williams, yes. That was like a pounder.
Yeah, that was the pop-up lid when he had to pull the tab. Was it? He doesn't remove the tab though.
Oh, he's so smooth.
So explain to me, what is malt liquor? Is that a beer?
No.
Is it beer?
No. No, it's not beer. But I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Well, malt liquor is a strong lager or ale, and with sugar, corn, or other adjuncts are added to the malt barley to boost the total amount of fermentable sugars.
I mean, everything that's not a beer that people buy, like Truly's, like Mike's Hard Lemonade, those are all malt beverages, all of them.
So the high proof or high alcohol content makes it a malt liquor.
I don't know.
No. I don't think it's not the alcohol content. It's the ingredients that they put in there. So they're just basically having a lot more sugars it's got higher fermentation in there. So they're like the average Budweiser, Bud Light, whatever, Coors Light.
So is a Four Loko a malt liquor?
Yes.
Yeah, it probably would be.
Yes.
So you have it's like 2%, 5% would be those beers range as far as alcohol goes. Wine is anywhere from like 7.5 to 11, 12, and 13, depending on what type of wine it is. Malt liquor falls in the same category as wine almost.
I don't think malt beverages are automatically higher proof. They're not.
There's
5% malt beverages.
By definition, they're higher in proof. It's starting at 5%.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So there's many beers. Well, Sean and I have purchased them all. High proof beers, right?
Yeah. You guys went through a phase of super high IPA.
I think the
Hardcore.
strongest though that we found was like the Bigfoot barley wine beer from Belgium Ale, and that was.
So, let me get this straight. So you went. Okay, you went through a beer phase where you looked for the highest proof beers.
Yes.
And then you finally said, this is not high enough. So then you went to bourbon. Is this is how you got to bourbon, really?
Plus we put on 20 pounds, and we're like,
all
right, that's enough.
I guess
we need high proof without the calories.
Correct.
Oh, my God.
That was a tough choice, too, because I really enjoyed beer, and now I don't miss it.
No, I don't either.
I mean, I used to frown on this shit we're drinking here.
Yeah, this beer, watered beer.
Yuengling Light.
Any light beer, right?
Any light beer.
I
love it. I've always loved it.
Skinny beer out of here. I used to mock people.
Right.
You're
like,
and
I'm
now
a man.
Here I am.
I'm a man with a penis. I'm not going to drink this shit.
But it got to the point where it's like,
as opposed to a man without a penis?
Well,
what are you saying? Democrats don't have penises?
Well, I didn't say that, but there are men without penises now. Right? Don't they have them?
They do get cut off and they turn inside out.
Yeah.
And then they have to dilate them every day.
Dilate them?
Yes, they have to put something up there that stretches it.
Like oiling a glove?
They have to stretch their hole.
Can we not talk about that right now?
Oh, you brought it up.
Catcher's mitt?
I didn't bring that
it's
up.
well
I just
oiled.
said,
yeah.
wow. We are talking about it.
So, back to malt liquor. What about cream ale?
Cream ale.
You just wanted to say the word cream.
Yeah, you did. You're trying to work in the word cream.
Because cream ale was the
What is
first.
cream ale?
Was the first. I consider it a beer. It's just different. I really don't know. But Little King's cream ale is what everybody where I lived. That was basically what you drank. Came in little green bottles. It was a 7-ounce bottle.
And you've talked about this before. I thought it was just beer.
No, there's Genesee cream ale. There's
Hold on. What is a Genesee? Someone said that the other day, and I was like, what the
Okay,
fuck is Genesee?
hold on. It says there it was. It was right there. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Well, cream ale is a style of American beer. It's light in color and well attenuated, meaning drier. It's crafted in the 1800s. Various breweries in the United States, cream ale remained a very localized from different styles until the early 20th century. During Prohibition in the United States, a great number of Canadian brewers took up brewing cream ale, refining it to some degree.
Well, what is it?
cream ale, the
Well,
bastard
it's a
son
light
of
lager.
German lager and English ale.
Yeah, it's basically it's a
just
light,
beer.
it's a drier lager.
Okay.
So it does.
There's
It's
no
creamy.
there's no reason to call it a category of its own. It's just another type of beer.
Well, it actually is a category of its own.
It is.
Yeah.
Like I think is it Mickey's Big Mouth a cream ale?
Yeah, but it says the word cream suggests something rich or silky, and that was really just a marketing gloss. They're also
Well,
called
cream
and never
ale-
found an explanation for present use ale. I mean, it's just another type
It's
of beer.
related to a pale lager.
Okay, I was going to say.
Yeah,
It's
Little
not
King's,
a category of its own.
No, Little King's is a beer, right? Why do they call it cream ale? It's I guess it's
It's a marketing gimmick, is what that says on this article right here.
Cream ales are top fermented ales that typically undergo an extended period of cold conditioning or lagering after primarily fermentating is complete.
Right.
After primary fermentation is complete. This reduces the fruity esters and gives the beer a cleaner flavor.
But okay, there's a million different types of beers. You guys have gone through the IPAs, and you've gone through the stouts and the lagers, and all of them have slight differences in what they do for fermentation. But the
Imperial
bottom
stouts.
line is they're just
It's a
different.
beer.
They're just different types of beers.
correct.
Okay, all right,
And cream ale I think is just confusing because of the word cream.
right.
There is no cream in it. Doesn't taste creamy.
Doesn't look creamy or feel creamy.
It's moist.
It's drier, actually. you got a checklist.
So
you just
you
go
want-
down a minute.
You worked in moist and cream. Nice, very nice.
Right.
I managed. How you managed to
You
do
know,
All right.
I'm going to do a hard left.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. It's typical.
shit.
Yes.
Yes.
I am not liking the drama surrounding Kansas City Chiefs.
The Taylor Swift
Oh, the
thing?
Taylor Swift
I
thing.
don't like the Swiftisms going on. I don't like the threat of we're going to be using Taylor Swift on marketing for political campaigns.
Yeah, she endorsed Biden, I believe.
She has not. She has said stuff, but she
she's a
hasn't
lib.
officially said.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're just like playing that up and there's really no story there.
But they're totally Biden supporters. Kelsey, what's his name?
Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelsey, total Mr. Pfizer, as one of the football players said in an interview. Mr. Pfizer, he is Mr. Pfizer. I got two. You're an idiot.
Okay, but hold on. Do we know for a fact he's a Democrat?
It doesn't matter.
I mean, there's a lot of Republicans that got the vaccine. So that doesn't necessarily tell you if he's a Democrat or Republican.
Well,
I don't care if he's
I don't
a
know
Democrat
what he
or
is.
Republican.
He annoys me. Just his personality, his character, how he acts. I've seen a side of the Kansas City Chiefs, specifically this year.
When they were losing and they throwing helmets.
Yeah, they were
and-
showing.
Yeah,
throwing
Mahomes and
tantrums.
Kelsey did that. Yeah.
There is
Throwing
a
tantrums.
tremendous
No, I get it.
amount of money that increase. Okay, so this year the Kansas City Chiefs profits or projected profits are almost $350 million more this year than last year. And they're saying that the root is because of the Kelsey Swift relationship.
Correct.
And
That's
where's
incredible.
Where's that coming from?
The Taylor Swift fans.
No,
The statistic?
no, the money.
Taylor Swift fans
Well, it's
who are never
because people
football
are-
fans.
Yeah,
okay, so
people are buying merch.
Viewership's up.
Yeah, well, viewerships are up, but
Kansas City Chiefs games.
'Cause
merch
they may
is being
show Taylor
sold.
Swift.
Merch is being sold.
And I have nothing against her. I have nothing against the relationship. I think the NFL
Yes.
is playing this up.
Oh, 100%.
And it's driving
I mean,
me nuts. It's not the Chiefs.
When I was watching the game, I was making jokes all the time. If Kelsey did anything,
Oh, yeah.
I would say, show Taylor. And Shelly was like, would you shut up?
Yeah.
And then show Taylor.
But I was joking. I was like,
if they want to impress me, I want to see Taylor naked.
well, and then the AI thing came out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
She's getting like gangbanged
You didn't hear about this?
Whoa, I don't want to see
by
that.
the Chiefs.
Go on.
Did you hear about this?
No.
So, yeah, apparently the internet was flooded with AI-generated pictures of, pornographic pictures and videos of Taylor Swift.
Yeah, yeah.
And she shut that down, didn't she?
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
The Swifties were very upset. I mean, I don't know how you can stop it, but, Elon Musk did spring into action and built up the team to police that type of shit, which they should.
How?
Oh, yeah.
How did he?
That's not
you mean
right.
through Twitter or X?
Yeah.
Through
Okay.
X, yeah.
Yeah,
A
absolutely.
lot of that stuff, X is fairly, for the most part, unregulated.
Well, that's you can't go both ways with that. If you want free speech, then you run the risk
Well, it is,
of
because,
stuff that you don't want to see.
well, I showed you the other day, I was just flipping through, all of a sudden there's porn.
Right.
And I'm like, kids use this.
Right.
Yeah, if there's
And it's hardcore porn.
if there's penis or vagina, my recommendation right away is gone till further review. You know, if it's educational purposes, like you're trying to teach young kids how
Like
to perform
National
blowjobs.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
Good
Lord.
I know it's crazy that I said that, but the fact is it's true.
It's
That's what they're
true.
doing.
It's true, but
It's so crazy.
but that's not the form to do it. Period.
Yeah, it is not.
So if it's there, gone.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean,
Anyway.
YouTube does a great job. We don't even have video on our YouTubes that we post. By the way, Instagram.
Well, YouTube has
Face-
taken it too far, I believe.
Pardon?
YouTube's taken it too far.
Yeah, there
Like-
are tons
like
and tons of
censorship.
people that are complaining about just. We talk about this all the time. It's just a beat down. Everything is a beat down. I am so beat down by all the nonsense going on, and good Lord, I don't even want to talk about it. It's just I'm so beat down.
Hold on. Of YouTube censorship?
No, I'm sorry. I started just going back and think about just pulling the camera out further and further and opening up all these issues that I'm seeing. I'm talking about the people coming up from the South. I'm talking about Biden not reacting to the Jordan bombing and killing 3 American soldiers. I'm talking about his
I know.
his
It's a lot.
deficiencies. I'm talking about
That
we've got,
video I sent today?
We've got the Border
That was
Patrol
disturbing.
czar. Who's the guy? Gorski.
I know.
He's in the
Mayorkas.
middle of what's his name?
Mayorkas.
Yeah, Dickhead Mayorkas.
He's about to be impeached.
He's going to be impeached
So-
because he's not reactive. And I'm thinking, why are they doing this? And
You
of course, it's
know
all because of
why.
votes. But at the same time, they are because they want votes. They're putting America at risk.
At risk. And they don't care. Guys, what have I said about politicians? Their goal in life is to get power and retain power.
Just stay there.
They don't give a shit about the health of the country. Anyway, but I want to go back to Taylor Swift. I think it's unfair. It'd be one thing if this whole thing was just a big publicity stunt, but I don't think it is. These are two adults that have met, and they're both extremely high profile. You cannot be more high profile, right?
No.
Given how the Chiefs are doing and how profoundly his position is on the team, and Taylor Swift is the #1 pop star in the world,
Right.
and in the midst of a $6 billion or whatever it is
Tour.
world tour. So
Right.
they met.
Look at the Google screen on TV.
But I liked-
we have Google Kansas City
I
Chiefs,
know.
and there's 4 pictures on the
I get
right
it.
hand
I
side,
get it.
and 25% of the representation of Kansas
Yep.
City Chiefs is Taylor Swift.
But here's the thing. We can hate that all we want, and we can hate the NFL for that all we want. But the reality is, the way they met was actually pretty cool. He's got a podcast, just like we do, and he kind of blurted out that he kind of has a thing for Taylor Swift. And then her friend said, "Hey, Kelsey's got a thing for you," and she was like, "Oh, really? Like, who's this guy?" Right? And so they talked and they hit it off. I think that's cool. That's a cool story. Now, here's the problem. She's like any other girlfriend of any player who's going to be in a suite Okay, she doesn't choose for them to cut to her every single time that Kelsey makes a play. As a matter of fact,
That's why I say I blame the NFL.
yes.
For this,
As a matter
not
of
her.
fact, they were zooming in on her, and her friends were like going, "Oh my God, they're zooming in on you because they're seeing the TV." And she mouthed to the cameraman, "Stop showing me." Did you know that?
I didn't see.
I
it.
didn't see that, but
Yeah,
that
she
makes
mouthed
sense.
to them, "Stop showing me." She's like pissed because she knows she's getting a negative reaction. She doesn't want that.
Right.
She wants to support him, and she's excited about football. She probably have never watched it before. Who knows?
Probably.
She might, maybe. I mean, it's a new.
Well, let's not take away from Kelsey either, man. He played a kick-ass
He
game.
fucking killed it in that game.
I mean, I was. I mean, some of the
Did you
plays,
see the catch he made?
that was amazing.
It was
Oh, yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
And everybody was saying, "Oh, it's affecting his performance," and blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh, come on.
Bitch, please.
Yes, I didn't believe that for a second. But anyway, so she's looking.
There we go.
This
She
is
says,
it.
"Go away, please."
Yep. And she mouths it. "Stop showing me." Right there. Ready? She's looking at herself and she says, yeah, I mean, they I don't know
Go
how
away,
they know
please.
she said, yeah, go away or something.
Oh.
Go away, please.
Well, it's tough. I mean, you've got that stardom. I mean, she's the most popular artist on the planet right now.
And to your guys' points, she's bringing an audience that's never watched football.
Correct.
And the NFL's
Yeah.
capitalizing on it. This is all about making money. And
It
yes,
is.
$350 million, that's great. But man, I'm hearing my other friends, they're like guttural. They're like savage anti Taylor Swift. I'm like,
Right.
dude, she's just a pop star. Who gives a shit?
So, do you think that the Chiefs won because it was influenced?
100% no. They kicked ass. They shut down the Ravens 100%. There was nothing.
I didn't think there was any erroneous
shady in that
calls
game.
or anything like that.
There was nothing shady in that game. And the crowd was bitching and moaning. I was like, you can bitch all you want. That was a good call or a good no call or whatever. I was objective in that game as a fan.
Yeah, the Ravens did not perform.
I didn't see anything either. I wanted to, but I didn't. I really saw they played good. I
Yeah,
mean,
if
that's the bottom
they
line.
want,
I thought it was a great game.
if they want the most TV every year, they'd make sure the Cowboys were in every year.
Yeah,
They're
that's
the
a good
biggest
point.
draw, even bigger
Because
than
they-
what Taylor Swift is doing.
That's true.
Yeah, because they automatically have the draw.
Yeah, I mean,
And they're not. I mean, I was going to say they're not doing well. They did great this year. They just had that catastrophic loss
the
in the playoff.
playoff loss
every year.
the playoff loss they had this year had 40 million people watching it.
Ugh.
40 million.
That's painful.
That's tremendously large.
So, what is what do you think compared to the Kansas City game? Was it 40 million as well?
That was a pretty.
Well, now the AFC
was a-
Championship, maybe.
That was a very anticipated game because the Ravens are supposed to. They predicted to win it all, like type of thing. Well, I mean,
Well, Mr.
get to the Super Bowl.
Mr. Producer he picked those two to a long time ago. He was like, those two are going to be in the Super Bowl.
The Ravens and the Niners,
No, the Chiefs and the Niners.
Chiefs and the Niners.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm very disinterested in this Super Bowl.
I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm not. Shelly and I have been like all in, and she's even like win of the games. I was like, damn.
It's good for Kansas City, a small market team winning. I'm all for that.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
you said Ravens?
No, the Chiefs, and
that's what everybody said. I mean, and I'm not knocking Austin. What your prediction was? Everybody was about 1,000,000% in on the Ravens, and I hate the Ravens personally.
I was in on the Ravens as well. But
I want
the
they
Ravens and
just
Lions.
farted all over the place.
Did you fart? Is that what you
No,
said?
the Ravens did.
Oh.
Lamar did.
It's Lamar Jackson. I'm going to throw stones the hell out of him. I mean, he's a great athlete.
He's
et
an
cetera, et cetera.
amazing athlete.
But you know what? At the end of the day,
I don't think he's mentally. He's like a Dak.
Yeah, well, he's like Cordell Stewart. Is what I kind of look up. Think back in the
Cordell Stewart.
back in the
He's better than
Pittsburgh
Cordell,
Steelers.
I
I
think
don't think so.
I think in big moments, his instinct isn't there. His athleticism is always there.
Yeah,
It's
his-
always there, and it's unbelievable. But
Right.
his instinct, when it comes to like big plays and big moments and pressure moments, your athleticism it can't overcome instinct. Like, don't make that throw. Don't make that throw into fucking triple coverage
that's
into
what
the
it
end
was.
zone.
Right. Right.
And people were like, and even my son was like, that's pass interference. I was like, brother, please. It was triple coverage, and it was amazingly underthrown. Watch that again, and you tell me objectively if that was pass interference. He was like, well, if the ball had
he's
been
got
in the
a-
back of the end zone,
He's got a very
it should've
strange style of throwing too.
been. Well, yeah, that's
He's very
Sidearm esque.
Well, it almost looks like it's just whatever. Kind of like I'm just going to throw it.
Yeah, but
to me.
it's super
Very
accurate.
casual.
I mean, he's got a sidearm whip.
Oh, some of his passes were like, God, amazing.
Yeah,
They're
I mean,
amazing.
I couldn't
He is an
understand how the
amazing
hell he
athlete.
could do it. I mean, he does a sidearm where his arm whips to the side, and the ball is level,
Yeah.
and it gets there. And he threw some really amazing passes.
Correct.
Under pressure. So I don't want to knock him, but it's in Ravens defense,
Good.
top notch. They're the only ones that
So
kept them in the game.
Here's what I'm thinking. Everybody's tired of the Chiefs. They've been there
Well,
four out of the
correct.
last 5 Super Bowls. They're tired of them. But the problem is, Mahomes isn't going anywhere. He's fucking amazing,
Well, my problem is
and people are tired of him, so they're
well,
knocking him.
It's not just tired. Like I said, Kansas City. I'd rather see Kansas City instead of New York, Dallas, San Francisco,
Yeah,
L.A.
small
the big
market.
cities.
I get it.
like the small market. What I'm tired of is it appears almost that some on that team feel entitled to this.
Right.
Kelsey, Mahomes, their temper tantrums and shit like that.
Well, I mean,
I don't like
But
that.
again, if you have a caliber of team where you're getting to the Super Bowl 4 out of 5 years in a row, you come to expect to win the Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
you got
Well, you
some
don't throw a temper
clout.
tantrum against the refs.
I agree with that.
That was bullshit.
It was bullshit. That was that's
Say
just,
that. What again? What'd you say?
That's just lack of professionalism.
When they got called off for offensive
Offside.
offsides because
Remember
their guy lined up on the other side of the line.
So yeah, the receiver was off. The receiver was offsides. Okay, and normally they're supposed to like point down the line and say, "Hey, am I lined up right?" Well, he didn't do that, and as soon as the play started, they threw the flag immediately. Threw the flag.
Okay, I remember.
And that was the one that Kelsey throws the lateral. It was an amazing play. Kelsey throws a lateral. The guy catches it and goes into the end. And it was a spontaneous lateral, by the way.
Correct.
So Kelsey catches the ball, sees that somebody's open on like pretty much the other side of the field, throws it to him. The guy runs into the end zone, and they're going nuts. Well,
There was a flag
flag
called
on the
back,
play,
and they ended up
and-
losing.
yeah. And then here's Mahomes throwing his helmet on the sideline. That's bullshit. Really offensive, offsides on the offense. All bullshit. Well, dude, come on. He was offsides.
Did he
and
throw his
they threw a
helmet
flag.
off on the field, or was it on the sideline?
He
on
threw
the
a temper
sideline.
tantrum, and that wasn't the
Threw
only.
his helmet.
That
all
wasn't
kind
the
of
only
shit.
time that they threw temper tantrums throughout the year. So
Right. They
Well, I
acted
mean, Kelsey did a lot
unprofessional.
of taunting too. I know the second guy usually gets the flag, which is what happened during that game.
That was Kelsey. Yeah.
Kelsey totally went in there belligerent and just cocking it. And
He's obnoxious.
he's obnoxious,
He is obnoxious. I'll give you that.
but that's part of the game. You
It
can't
is.
react to that.
It-
They
what-
all smack talk.
And what I was going to
He's
say,
just very good at it.
the Ravens were talking shit the entire game. So it was both sides.
Yeah,
You
just
know?
can't react to it.
Yeah. I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Right. Anyway,
Anyway, while we're talking about football, I want to talk about the Detroit game. Did you watch the Detroit 49ers game?
I watched part of it. Yeah.
Did you see that he went for 2? I mean, that not went for 2. That he went for it on 4th down. They're trailing by 3 points. There's 5 minutes left. They're on their heels in terms of momentum, and he goes.
That was third down, I think.
They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it, and it was turnover on downs.
So
When
then,
they could have kicked
so,
a field goal to tie the game.
So then the 49ers.
That's why they lost. That's why they lost.
49ers went
No.
down and scored a touchdown.
Yeah, you're right. They had an opportunity to score a field goal, and they opted to
Go for it
fucking
on
go
4th
for
down.
it,
I
and it
didn't
was
see
a
that part.
horrible decision.
Yeah, and the commentator was like, "Well, I wouldn't knock them. They've been doing it all year, and it's been successful for them." Brother, this is the championship,
This is a business decision at this point. You need to gather
I think-
your fucking points.
and there's a couple
Period.
things you have to think about. Is your defense dominating right now? Okay, well then maybe you can take a chance on that if you don't get it. Do you have the 49ers offense on their heels, right? Do you have the momentum? Do you have enough time to recover if you don't get
Yeah.
this? They had none of that.
The Lions.
If you look at that checklist, they had none of those decisions.
The Lions, just as they've done all year, decided to be aggressive and go forward on 2 questionable 4th
Fucking
downs,
stupid.
but failed both times, swinging the momentum in the 49ers' favors as they scored 27 straight points in the second half to complete a 17-point comeback.
Yeah, and on the second one, I think there was 5.5 minutes left in the game. I mean, that's not enough time for
I
you
think
to
it's
recover.
easy. I think it's easy for us to second guess
But
because we know the outcome.
well,
I was screaming at
I
the
was
time.
at the time it was happening.
Screaming.
They should have gone for 3.
Shelley was like, "Why are you freaking out?"
But this
I was
is how
like,
they've played all year. Why should you shift for this thing?
That was a bad business decision.
It was bad coaching.
After the fact, it is. But if he would have
I
made
was
it,
screaming it. At
if he
the
would have
time.
made it, it would have been an excellent business decision.
Actually, you know what?
I hear what you're
I
saying.
disagree with
I hear
Jeff
what you're
saying,
saying.
but I also say I agree with him because they were down there and they forced it and they scored a touchdown on the 4th down. So yeah,
Who did?
the Lions.
Earlier in the game?
Yeah, so they went down there and they scored a
Yeah.
4. There was a questionable one. They went in there, scored it. I'm like, fuck it, I wouldn't have done that. I would have gone for the field goal. But they went in and they scored a touchdown.
Okay,
So
Early in the game, sure, you have time to make that up
Yes.
if you don't get it.
Yes.
But
But
with
this is-
5 minutes
this-
left in the game,
This was the identity of the Lions. That's what I keep going back to.
Well-
this is who they were. Why would you change who you are in the last 2 minutes of your potential season?
because if you don't, you lose the game, and they did. And now
No,
they're
but
not. Now they're not in the
They
Super Bowl.
won. They won 11 games this year on
The-
that philosophy.
these are
I
the
hear
li-
what you're saying, but
these
don't
are the
agree with
line items that are listed on
because
their
you know the
epitaph.
outcome.
it. I was screaming it at the time, Jeff. They,
No, you weren't.
No.
Prove
They,
it.
yeah, no. They were saying
Prove it,
they've
bitch.
done it all year long. It's worked out for them. And I said, I hear what you're saying. Don't do it right now. That's what I was saying. Don't do it. Get your points because you tie the game. Like I said, it wasn't. They
No,
were,
I know. But
their defense was on their heels the entire second half.
I know. But
they
what
weren't
I,
stopping
what,
shit.
What I want to get across though is there's so many Monday morning quarterbacks.
Yes, I agree.
And if he was successful, you'd have been like, all right, I was wrong.
No,
Right?
no.
No,
Even if they were successful,
I would have said that they should not have. I'm glad that they got it because I was rooting for
but it
Detroit.
was a risky, and I wouldn't have done it if I were them.
Of course it is. That's
I-
his whole philosophy, though.
I would have said that was a bad move, even if they got it.
Yeah. It was
I
a
would
bad
have.
business decision.
100%.
Well, you're the exception then.
No,
Because
I agree. It was a bad. I mean, I was looking at it. I saw it happen, and I was thinking, why are they not off the field? That is a bad decision, even before they were doing it.
Yes.
You know, I was just like, that's a bad
Because
call. This is a bad
most
call.
people do kick it. The Lions don't. That's the thing, right?
and I think that would heavily contributed to them losing that game.
And he's made some. He had a big mea culpa as well, from what I understand.
Yeah, the good thing is
hold on,
that
what's that
My bad. That was my fault, right?
Oh, he acknowledged
So
that he
he's
should
kind
have
of
kicked it.
acknowledged that some of his decisions weren't.
well, this is what we're talking about earlier in the
But
first half of our
interesting.
podcast.
That's
It's about
interesting.
professional
but it's
growth.
after the fact.
Yeah, it is.
But it's after the fact.
Right.
If he was successful, we're not talking about this.
Right.
The fact that it failed, it's like every football play. We're bitching at,
I hear
Mike
what you're saying.
McCarthy. Why the hell did you do that? Well, if he was successful, it would have been the greatest play
Right.
of the year.
You know what? I know what you're saying because I make fun of that exact same thing when I'm like, he can't pass on the. I'll be dogging the Titans, right? I'll be dogging Ryan Tannehill. He cannot make a pass if he's blah blah blah, and then he'll make this 20 amazing
Right.
thread the needle, and then I'll go. He's one of the best passers I've ever seen. I deliberately say
Right.
that shit just to be a total hypocrite,
Right.
Right, as a
And
joke.
Shelley's just like, you're
As
an
a,
asshole.
as a joke, totally as a joke, but
You're
it's
an
fun.
asshole.
It's fun.
So I'm not.
Anyway.
I watched the game.
Jeff, I agree with you.
Yeah.
He's an asshole.
Yeah, I agree. Tannehill or Paul?
You're talking about. I thought you were talking
Yeah,
about-
that's a good point. Who was he
I
talking
am
about?
so confused.
He doesn't get a yellow card for that?
But I'm not super excited about this because I can't stand the 49ers.
I'm the only one that gets yellow cards.
He didn't cross a threshold. It's calling somebody an asshole doesn't get a yellow card.
Can we come up with the rules of when you get a yellow card and a red card?
Does your name
Because
Paul?
here's the thing, I
Emotion.
don't want to be surprised and shocked every time. Every time I get a yellow card and a red card,
Well,
I haven't got one tonight because I've been behaved, probably, maybe. Well, I don't know.
I forgot we have, so I need to get it.
Oh, are
I
you
need to
threatening?
get it.
I'm just.
I think
It's in
I
queue.
think the first criteria is does your name start with P?
Well, that doesn't seem very fair.
That's the
Okay.
first
Oh,
criteria.
I see how it is.
There's other
I see how it
criteria,
is. That's cool.
but,
That's
you know,
cool.
That's the number one.
This is basically a hostile podcast. I get it. Not a safe space at all.
What'd you call it while we were at Gators? An unprovoked attack.
Oh, that I'm used to. Totally unprovoked.
You said that,
I did.
and I fucking laughed my ass off. I couldn't take anything you said serious after that.
All righty.
Oh, that was funny, man.
That's our new go-to on Fridays. That's kind of
Yeah, I'm
cool. I
enjoying
like
it.
going there.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do an official one. Shout out to Gators.
no, not Gators.
Where's it
Tailgaters.
called? Tailgators. Oh,
Yeah.
shout
Kind
out
of.
to
Tailgaters.
Tailgaters.
Well, we're
Tailgaters.
cool, so we're in the end, so it's Gators.
Let's get a little specific here. So let's pull it up here.
It's right next
Tailgaters.
to Home Depot, and I don't know if I don't want to say.
We've been 3 times.
Yeah, we've been 3 times, and now we know the bartenders, which is, I guess we're like, like Cheers. You walk into the bar, and they're like, "Hey, guys."
Right. They're like,
That's
"Hey,
'cause they
you
don't
want,
have
you
anybody
want
there.
this, or this?"
Yeah,
right?
you want your regular?
After 3 times, that means they're good. Either
mean,
that or they
we're-
don't get very many people.
So it's
Well, hold on. We were that way at Living Spaces. Hey,
Yeah.
guys, you want your
This is
regular?
true. This
they
is
were like,
true.
"Oh yeah,
Yeah.
guys,
Are you
yeah,
gonna
yeah."
buy anything?
Jesus, we're here to sell furniture. You
Yeah.
piece of poop. So tailgaters by the Home Depot. Technically, it's Plano because it's on the other side
It
of
is Plano.
121. So
It is plain.
you got Casey, I don't know what the fuck he is. A manager? He doesn't claim to be a manager.
He's a cool dude, though. He's
Yeah.
one of the bartenders.
Yep, he's one of the workers there. Then you got Rose, who's the
Yes.
bartendress that we met, and she's sweet. And
No, we haven't
we've
met
always
anybody
had a
else
good
yet.
time. Pardon?
We
Those
know
are the only
Casey
two
and
I've
Rose,
seen.
Those are the only 2. I've seen
Oh
some
no,
other-
there was another bartender the
Yeah.
last time, but we
She
didn't
left
know
kind of quick. But Casey kind of enlightened us about some of the managerial
the drama.
styles that they are running the place with. But whatever. It seems to be successful from the standpoint that they're able to maintain inventory and they're able to keep the doors open.
Here's what they have going for them: $2.50
drafts.
domestic draft.
Domestic
Yeah.
drafts.
Yeah.
That's why
that.
we're there. I mean, I know we're cheap.
That
So
is-
here's what I'm going to recommend when we go there,
Cheap
and
dudes.
you know what? I'm
That is not it.
going to ask Casey to listen to this specifically this podcast. But when we go there, we're going to drink our $2.50 draft beers.
Yes,
I'm
domestics.
thinking that because we usually go there after
We make our run.
our run.
where
So,
we look for rare bourbons.
so what I propose is that because we're doing what $10 shots of bourbon.
What? At that place?
Yes,
we stopped
We've
that.
done it.
I'm sorry.
We
So
stopped
we
it.
stopped doing that.
We've done it
Hold on,
every
I'm
time
sorry.
we've gone.
Where-
Well,
what's
because
going
Sean
on
wakes
over
up
there?
like, say, I'm hungover.
But we haven't. Oh, you're saying we've stopped it since the last
No, we
time we
should
went?
stop it.
Ah,
Just stick
should.
to the beer.
So
Should. Okay.
well, I'm thinking from a money standpoint because it's just stupid. I mean, look,
is
one
kinda
run
dumb.
round is $30. So I'm thinking let's just bring in when we're at Total Wine, let's pick up a mini bottle of a bourbon.
Oh, here we go. And
What?
we're sneaking it into our drink.
No, we just drink it whenever you want.
I don't know if we could sit at the bar and do that.
You're not
Well,
allowed
don't
to do
sit
that.
at the bar.
Oh, like in the dark corner.
No, just sit at one of the tables.
The 3 of
Just
us can huddle
take
in
it
the
out of your
corner.
pocket, open the cap, and when no one's looking,
While you go to
Just
the
dumb.
go to the bathroom and shoot it in the toilet.
you talking about shooting the drink?
We're all
Yes.
crowded into the same stall. Hey guys, are you ready for our
People
shot?
come in, you're all like,
Why are there 6 feet underneath the? What are you guys doing in there?
Why is one of those pants down?
Yeah, we're going. That's really gross. That's a flag, right? What he just said.
yes.
Yes, thank you. Me. I've had enough of this.
Oh,
he brought his
got a challenge
You're
flag.
damn right I did.
He got a challenge flag.
I
He
do.
brought a challenge
That's
flag.
exactly what I have there.
That's
Fuck
awesome.
you both. Now I'm challenging.
That's
He did. He brought an official NFL challenge flag.
That's funny as shit. Oh, he was waiting.
That's why you
I
brought
was
it up.
trying to set it up. I was like, damn it, I'm not going to get a flag on this. I need to hurry up and.
That's funny, man. That's
Good
good,
shit.
stuff. Yep. This looks like
Good stuff.
an old ping pong ball and a butt plug,
Yeah,
Ping pong ball and a-
$80 on Amazon.
So tailgaters out
That's
in
good shit.
Plano. It's right by the Home Depot. Recommend you guys go out there and check them out. Dudes like us hang out there on Fridays. You want to see us out there? God bless it. We'll be out there between.
Hell, at some point we might do a podcast from there.
We could 5 to. We need to leave by 6:30. That's our goal. We have to be home before people get hangry. So is it hangry?
Hangry.
Hangry.
Hungry,
Yes.
hangry, right?
Hungry and angry.
Yeah.
Hangry.
Yeah. So we leave around 6:30. We try to get out of there by 6:30. It's time to get home so we can have family dinner.
Correct.
Essentially.
Correct.
So that's the goal. Sometimes it's a little bit later. Sometimes we got the
Yeah.
wives have plans and we don't
Well,
have to do
Friday's a tough night. I mean, the wives have been working all week, and
that.
you
Not
know.
for me.
Well, right. I hear you. It's just I think I consider. I don't know about other dudes like us out there that they're trying to figure out how to spend time with their dudes and spend time with their wives. Fridays and Saturdays are like protected time sometimes.
Yeah, but you're with your spouse the rest of the week.
Yeah, well, but Fridays is different than the rest of the week.
It's party time. It's nude
Party time. Yeah, exactly.
know,
That's what
man.
we do. We do shots naked,
Yes.
I
starting at 6:30.
look.
Every minute that we're not home
I strongly disagree.
after 6:30.
Look, I'm going to bring up Jeff's scenario. I know
Okay.
damn well every single night
Okay.
they're having a beer or two and they're watching TV almost every
What?
single night. Look, I'm just saying.
That's correct.
So
We have dinner
so
together.
They have their night every single night. So if we carve out a Friday or Saturday, I don't see a big fucking deal. And to me,
And there isn't a deal as long as we set
It's-
expectations.
it's
See,
set expectations and
and
it's
that's
signed
what-
in triplicate.
And I tried to do that this last Friday. I was like, let's set the expectations that we're
Well,
going to be out
if
until
we're
1 a.m.
if we're staying out, I'll just tell Julie, hey, we're going to have dinner out. And she'll
why
she'll
can't
fend
we
for
just
herself.
Why can't we just pick? I mean, Friday we're already doing it. Why can't we just say, "Hey, we'll be home at 8. We're gonna have dinner."
Well, I can.
Boom.
We just never have.
We just solved that problem.
That's what I'm saying. Well, why don't we
But
just?
it can't be at 6:30.
What?
When
we
we're
can't,
all
we can't
primed.
make that decision at 6:30.
Correct.
We have to say,
All right. Well, but it's every single week. So why don't we just say, "Hey, look, Fridays we're gonna hang out and we're gonna come home at 8."
Yeah, I could do that.
You know, I mean,
there we go.
I just need to set the expectation.
because
If our
I'd like to
expectation
go
is-
out.
Everything about making the wife happy or any spouse happy.
And you know what? Fair, it's
is
frankly,
setting expectations.
It's unfair for me to say these things to you guys because my wife works all the time because she doesn't want to be around me. So
I don't know if that's true.
I
She
don't
just
know if
works
that's
all the
true
time.
either. But she works because she works hard because she wants to make as much money as she can, and she's got a lot of responsibility. But my point is that she's always fucking working.
Right.
So I mean,
So
I
you
got
don't
nothing.
have that in the equation
No,
when you're
I don't.
hanging out with
I
the
don't
dudes.
have that. And plus, she's never kind of like, "Oh, why are you hanging out with the guys? Why don't you spend time with me?" I don't think I've ever heard her say anything like that.
This is an age-old issue. Like there's always like a group of guy friends, and one of them
Sure.
gets a girlfriend, and suddenly now they're spending more time with the girlfriend than they are with the guys,
Right.
and all the guys are pissed off until one of them gets a girlfriend. You know what I mean? I know that's a stupid analogy, but it's an age-old issue where
Yeah, but
where we have to juggle.
My wife's not like that.
We have
at
to
all.
juggle
give
time
a
with
shit.
our spouse and time with our
bought me a
with
cooler.
our dudes, right? I mean, it's a challenge. It is a challenge, and you nailed it. It's 100% about expectations.
Correct.
So I just told Shelly, I won't see you on Friday or Saturday for the next year. And she was like, "Okay,
See,
I
that-
love you. I love you. I'll see you on Thursday."
That's horrible. That's
What? I set the expectation.
That is not a fair expectation.
What do you mean?
Well, because look, we want to do certain things, and if that's true, then we need to be over at doing wood crafting.
That's true too.
Mhm.
But now
Period.
that's starting to be a burgeoning.
Bludgeoning.
Burgeoning.
This is beating the shit out of us. Bludgeoning us.
Well, that's what it's been so far. But burgeoning, I like
Burgeoning.
better.
I like the sound of that. It's actually, the
It's got a
I really
potential.
the opportunity is there. Is how I like to look at it.
Yeah, it's cool.
We're on the cusp. We're fine tuning some stuff. 1845 Distillery, Lowry Crossing. Shout out to those folks that are awesome and provide a fantastic bourbon.
I think they have a new single barrel coming out here soon.
That's what I heard.
They do. It's like
February
February 20th, I think.
Is it that late? I don't. It's sometime in February.
There's an event on. Oh, I misspoke. I think I think it's not February 12th. It's April 20th. They have an event, but excuse me.
Ooh.
Very gaseous.
God.
Those the beans.
I don't know what it is. I feel kind of bloated. It was the beans. I don't normally eat beans.
Were they Pinto?
So I have gifted 1845 twice now. One to my former boss,
Yeah.
and one to one of my really close coworkers, former coworkers, who is of Asian of Indian descent, and they hang out. They're hardcore about hanging out and having beverages, right? So I wanted to, I wanted to introduce him to it because I know he loves bourbon, and we love that bourbon, and part of me was kind of like, kind of a little plug for 1845, get it into like
What
a
did he
different
think?
group of
What
people.
was his feedback?
He said he liked it, but I was hoping he would share it with because every
Well, hold
Friday
on.
every Friday they
People say that all the time. Did you like it? I liked it.
well I
But
guess
did he really like it, or did he just like, oh, this stuff is good? Or hold on, this stuff is good. How do you say it in Indian dialect?
that's your
Accent, you mean?
is that your Is that your best attempt at?
Well, I'm not very good at that dialect. I mean, I can bobble the head, but they can't see that. Another good reason why I don't have
let's see here.
video.
What is the exact words? Let's see. Oh, finally drinking your bourbon with my friends. Awesome drink. Thanks, Paul. There you go.
Well, you need to.
He said with my friends.
You need to carve that out. So I'm going to go. What did your friends think of it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. What did your friends think of it? And we should plan a trip to the distillery 15 minutes away.
Yeah.
With you and all of your friends.
Yeah, all
All of them.
1,800.
Well, I think there's 6 of them, but yeah, it's a
Well,
start.
6 is good. That's
It's a
enough
start.
for a tour.
I mean, it's all about getting into a different demographic. Also, I mean,
Right.
let's be honest here, guys. There's a shit ton of Indians in
Well,
Allen, McKinney,
if
Frisco.
these guys start
and
drinking
you-
the
and
the
you
bourbon, then
want to cater to that.
we can sell them the bourbon glasses and the bourbon lids because dudes like us now will start making these bourbon
Glencairn.
caps, the Glencairn cap
Glencairn
lids,
lids.
And
with
it is a-
customized font or stuff on them.
I don't, regardless of how we feel about it, right, wrong, or not bothered or whatever, it is a demographic to cater to now in our area.
Correct.
I'm just saying. I mean, given all the 401k, oh God,
401B, isn't it?
is
B.
it not
Oh
401b.
my God! Is that
H1B?
is that the program they got to get here? They
Yes.
get like
Yeah,
$900,000 to open up an account and.
No. H1B is bringing in typically technology workers under the government program that there isn't enough technology workers filled by American workers. So
I think that's kind of false in a way. isn't it?
I do think it's false.
Yeah, so they're gonna
and
have
it's not-
H-1B
it's not
set
their
up for
fault.
farmers?
They're just answering the call for a government program to have a wonderful opportunity to be working here. I don't fault them at all. It is a flawed government program, is what that is. But
Was that an Obama program?
I think it's been an everybody program, and I don't understand.
No,
it.
not a matter of Obama. I'm saying Obama created it.
The H-1B? I have no idea.
No.
who created that.
H-1B's been around a long time, but I mean that's when did it become misused or abused or not fulfilling its purpose? I don't know. Maybe
Well,
it was
President
Obama.
George Herbert Walker Bush created the H-1B visa program, launched in 1990.
Well, there you
The
go.
Immigration Act of 1990. It's intended to help American firms deal with labor shortages in rapidly growing fields,
Yes.
such as research, engineering, computer programming.
Yes. Typically technology, but yeah, it's in a lot of different occupations. So I think it's swung to the point where now American workers are being squeezed out of having an opportunity in those industries because of the so many H-1B applicants and workers here.
And to me,
And that's where the government program falls apart.
it also falls apart where we start. Where the conflict is with this H-1B programs, not necessarily with the programs here in the United States, is that we end up exporting all this stuff. Oracle, for example, 90% of their companies in India.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, and that's a little different. That's offshoring, right?
Yeah,
The workers aren't coming here.
correct.
They're staying in their host countries, and that's what India, Mexico, Brazil.
But my point is
Ukraine,
that the folks
Ukraine.
that own it are they here?
Yes, they are,
No, yeah.
So-
and they're getting workers for less wages.
it's
That's
offshoring.
my point.
It's
That's
offshoring.
kind
is
of
what it's
bullshit.
called.
So we actually
It's just a good business decision. I don't agree with it, but it's a good business decision.
well, but we were doing that with manufacturing in Mexico.
Mhm.
And
Same deal.
Well, they're
Yeah.
doing it with the IT jobs now.
well, I look. There's a better way to do it. Keep America great.
Yeah, but the bottom line is American salaries are higher than everybody else's, and we have put so many regulations on, emissions and EPA and all this kind of shit that manufacturing has to deal with a burden that other countries don't, and so that's why manufacturing is all going offshore. This is 100% regulations, and how would you explain the high wages?
That's
See,
just the American way
This
of
is
life.
kind of bullshit
American way
because
of life.
Unions
there.
and shit.
If you
Maybe,
start looking
yeah.
at the company as a whole, you're like, well, look, we're gonna produce this product, and to make this product is going to create a carbon footprint. that it's a calculated carbon footprint. This is how much the carbon footprint's going to be.
By the way, regardless of where it is in the world.
That's right. That's my point. It's like, well, you know what? It's going to be this much no matter what. We can't do that here. So, all right, you're going to make me take my jobs elsewhere?
Yes.
I mean, that's bullshit.
100% bullshit.
I think a lot of this are the accountants, the bean counters at these companies. They are always looking for ways
Save money.
to save money. I think a lot of it has to do with the stock market, the shareholders.
That's what the purpose of the company is
Correct. To make money for the shareholders.
Correct.
I also think it has something to do with all these consulting firms who come in. I need to shave costs. Come in and look at my business, and their solution is you need to cut these heads and hire them down here. Low cost business model.
And of course, they have motivation. Their own motivation, because they're based, like the consultants that they're in India or they're in Mexico,
right?
And they're like, yeah, we want more of those jobs in our country, so that's what we're going to recommend.
So,
and it's an obvious recommendation because they make less,
right? And business wise, it makes sense, right? And
it does.
And every company is cranking down expenditures and cost. And how do you get it out of it? The easiest way to do that are salaries.
Yep. And the more our government, burdens companies with taxes and regulations, and
burden.
This makes it a no-brainer.
This Jordan attack is starting to fester.
Is this the
yes.
Where the Jordan
drone?
the drone strike against that ended up killing these 3 U.S. soldiers. So
it's
the Ayatollah.
Did you hear why it happened?
How or why? What do you
there
mean?
was a U.S. drone that was returning to base at the same time.
Yeah, so they thought it was it returned right before that drone was about to land.
Otherwise, they would have shot it down.
Yeah, they thought it was the U.S.
confused.
drone.
So our drones don't have a unique identifier on
the
radar?
They fly an American flag. There's a little flag on the drone.
But they
all have their own. They don't have their own transponder, right?
I don't know the technology, but I think they probably should have known. It was definitely a fuck up.
Was it
no
laziness?
question about it. But I read something very interesting. I didn't mean to cut you off there, Sean. But there was
it's a very racist drone at that. Look at that.
There was oh wow. There was
those two soldiers there. Those 2 soldiers are in their 20s. The middle one, I don't know the gentleman. It's Sergeant William Jerome. He's 40,
unbelievable,
48 years old.
The fact
and the
that
other
we
2
lost
guys were in the 20s.
The fact that we lost 3 service members, it just drives me crazy.
And we don't know if they were in their sleep or not. But look, why the fuck are we in Jordan anyways?
We're everywhere.
We're all over the Middle East.
I know we are, but I'm just like, pull our people out.
I don't necessarily disagree with that.
I know we need to be able to hop, skip, and jump to different areas
and
on
have
the fly.
A deterrent. A deterrent.
They need to be more strategic. They need to be more fortified.
Well, first off, Jordan has been historically very safe, very friendly to U.S.
The Queen of Jordan?
Yes.
She was attractive, I believe.
Very attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's why we're there.
I know.
Because we wouldn't be in a country that has an ugly queen.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
America's all about
like
beauty.
Queen Lililu Kalana from Jamaica.
Whatever. Anyway, listen, I was going to go back to something. I was going to go back to something that I think it was a senator that made a great point. There are these militias and different countries that can buy these drones at like $30,000 a piece. It's like super cheap, right?
Right.
And every single time one of those drones or a handful of them attack one of our bases, we're shooting $2 million missiles at them. It's not sustainable. He was just doing the math. And I was like, damn, that's a great point. We're shooting a $2 million drone, a missile at a $30,000 drone, which means we can't keep doing this. They're going to keep buying them, and they're going to keep sending them, and we're going to keep firing $2 million missiles at them. We got to do.
Why
something
don't they
different.
put something on there like they have on these ships that have like a minigun? Dead.
We got to do something different. That's his point. We got to do something different.
The other part of that is really why is that missile $2 million?
Well,
because
because
of the American salary
that, and it's because it's
and the government.
incredibly sophisticated.
I don't think it's $2 million sophisticated.
These are Patriot missile systems. I mean, they're pretty damn top notch.
I get it, but so's my phone.
Your phone can shoot
That's
down
$1,000.
I'm just saying, my phone. Look, you could fit a shitload of technology. Things are more sophisticated. I got an Xbox that can triangulate. I mean, they use
Brother,
Xbox
if you're trying to
controllers.
argue that the government can do things cheaper,
I'm just like,
then
you're
not
we're
gonna get an
saying $2 million.
argument
That's why you're talking about like the $10,000 hammer and the toilet seat.
yeah, you're not going to get an argument from us.
It's
We have
just
the most. We have the most
bitch,
bloated,
please.
inefficient government and Pentagon and military contracts.
But it
and-
goes back to this company's like, how much are you going to sell it to me for? And they could probably sell to them for $200,000.
Yes.
$2 million. Okay,
But
I'll take 1,000 of them.
But hands down, we are the most technologically advanced military force on the planet. Like, not even close to anyone else, even China.
Right.
So we might be paying out the ass for that shit, but it's good shit. It is. And speaking of good shit,
Ooh.
Oh, nice segue.
thank you. Yeah, I don't have many of those.
Well, we got the Lux Row 4-grain double barrel. Is this
No.
double barrel? This is
Double single barrel.
double single barrel.
We
This
don't see a
4-grain
lot of these double single
I
barrel.
think this is the only one.
Oh.
So this
Well, I've seen it anyway.
this 4-grain bourbon
why.
combines a single barrel of rye bourbon with a single barrel of wheated bourbon, a perfect and flavorful of finest mash bills.
So Lux Row.
Lux Row.
Lux Row, and what I'm kind of curious what that 40,004 number is above the Lux Row Distillers bottle.
It's a zip code, maybe.
I don't think so.
Actually, I think it is.
You think so?
Because that's a street sign.
Could be an address.
Yeah, it literally looks like a street sign. So I think it's Lux Row with a zip code.
No, I think it's a street address.
Yeah, I think it is. That's actually kind of cool, kind of clever. Interesting. So we're looking that up, the address, and let's see if it's a real address, or maybe there's a historical address, maybe.
Kentucky. There it is.
It's a trademark serial number.
Oh,
No, it's also a zip code.
yeah. So it is a zip code.
Mm.
Is it 40004? Is what it's on that?
Yes.
Oh, that's what you said. 40,000. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it is
Zip
a
code.
yeah. It's a address, which is kind of cool looking. It looks like a street sign, so it makes sense. All right. So the aroma, tasting notes: oak, caramel, and vanilla. The palate.
You and your fucking flag.
Caramel. Yeah. Well, hey, I can challenge any time now.
That's awesome.
Vanilla and cinnamon. Let's see. Velvety smooth with a mellow oak finish. Guys, we've had this. I know I did. It was so desperate to set it up because I was not going to get through this podcast without dropping that flag. And it had to be at the right time. So, anyway.
Yeah, my wife texted me, "What the hell?"
Did she
She
really?
heard us laughing, yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, that's good. All right, so this 4-grain double single barrel. We've had it before. I think we liked it the first time. I'm liking it the second time.
Yeah, this is good. This is good stuff.
It's
I recommend it.
115 proof. And
It's good.
it's good shit.
It's just good.
It's not as good as the Jack.
No, it's about a 7.2, 7.1.
It's in the sevens.
Yeah, I'm
I'd
gonna give it a 7.
I wouldn't kick it out of bed for sure.
It's
Definitely better than Eagle Rare.
Hey guys, just think about the finish on this for 115
Yeah.
proof.
You know,
That finish is so smooth.
it's
Yeah.
such an interesting blend. You know, it's because when you start tasting it, I mean, we could read all the words up there that they're describing, but there's so many flavors going on.
Yeah, there is.
There's
a lot
so
going
much
on.
stuff going on. It's hard to separate, and I almost feel like we should go through like drink it cold and then drink it warm. You know, because you know how sometimes when you drink something cold, it's got different flavors come out, and then when you drink it a
for
little
sure.
bit warmer, it opens up some of the taste. Yeah, this one I think that you could taste a lot. I mean, there's a lot going on here. There is too much going on to the point where you're kind of like, fuck.
That's really good though.
Yeah.
It's definitely in the sevens. And I think we've established anything above a 7 is quality.
Oh, yeah.
A quality bourbon. 8 is exceptional.
And it's right in the market, too, of 115 proof.
Yeah. I'd actually give it a 7.4.
Yeah.
That's mine. 7.4.
So it's got a really finish here for
Did
me.
you hold on? Did you log what we said the first time?
He did.
Why don't you tell us what?
We may not have been recording it back then.
Oh, okay. So our producers are keeping track of our scores, and
To see
it
if
looks
we're
like
consistent.
looks like this is an older one. So anyway,
Yep.
7.4 for me. He's going to record it. So 7.4 for me. What do you guys got?
I'm gonna give it a 7.
Yeah, I'll give
Throw
it
out the low one.
Yeah.
Oh, he hasn't voted yet.
5.
No, I'll get. You know what? I said 7. I'm gonna give it a 7.1.
All right.
All right.
I'll give it a 7.1. It's
so
just
it's a 7.2.7.2113.
I think it's significantly thinner than the Jack, if that makes sense.
And despite being high proof,
two
Yeah.
different animals.
you would
For
almost
sure.
think this is a 90 proof bourbon with the way it feels and
There's
finishes.
0 burn.
I know that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And
Well,
you got to give that a lot of respect.
Well, the Jack we had was 10 points higher than this.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's
Agreed.
got a really
There is
very
no
syrupy feel to it.
zero burn though.
It's velvety.
Yeah.
I agree
That's
with
a
that.
good thing. The finish, it's a velvety smooth with a mellow oak finish.
Yeah, it's smooth.
This has got to be one of the smoothest finishes for a high proof bourbon that I can remember. Really,
It's okay.
well, but maybe the Jack burned off everything
It could be.
and it's all numb back there.
We're just raw.
Raw.
Maybe. All right. Anyway, good stuff. All
Yeah, I
right.
recommend this one if you can find it. I haven't seen it again, so I'm
One of the topics I wanted to chat about was something that Paul had done some research through Chat GPT.
Mhm.
Oh, actually, it wasn't through that, but it was through an AI source,
Mhm.
somewhat, right?
I'm well connected with AI. Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Continue.
Yeah. So, well, you had printed up a
booklet.
little syllabus or
A booklet in tiny font.
extremely tiny font.
Yeah, I know.
It's
I
not
don't
even
know.
8 font. I think it's like 6.
It is 8.
Yeah.
It is 8.
It
And I
is-
actually thought to myself, I was like, this is probably too small for 50-year-olds to read.
well, typical of
Just
font
have
is
to
like
move it
12
back and
point.
forth
You know
until
what?
you can focus.
All right, so here's what I did. Right, contrary to Joe Rogan, who's got like 40 people researching topics and stuff, it's just us. So I was like, you know what? I think I can use ChatGPT just to give us some.
You can't say that. That's misinformation.
Oh, it isn't misinformation.
Yeah, he's probably got 38.
Did he get the vaccine?
I don't know about that, but I
Oh.
mean,
It's probably 38. Anyway, so I it's very handy. I mean, I don't know if how many of our listeners have used ChatGPT just to kind of speed up their work or to.
so do you think like
I think it's
Alexa, when you ask Alexa questions, that's a version of Chat
It is
GPT?
100%.
Yeah. That's
Except-
interesting.
I think it's a
you're-
glorified search.
Well, and it can do
It's an
more. It
advanced
can do more than
search.
that.
Well,
right?
it can,
It
but
can
I think
write
what
stuff
you,
for
but I
you.
think what you use it for here is a glorified search. It's just smart enough to put it into sentences
Yes.
and groups.
I said, what would be intriguing questions that 50-year-olds would ask, and what would they find intriguing about sports or technology or this or that? And I mean, a lot of them are, we've already talked about them, and they're kind of no-brainers. But I tell you, man, it's a handy tool just to. Here's my attitude about ChatGPT. It's like a partner. You're not trying to use it to replace what you're doing. You're simply trying to bounce ideas off of it or get ideas from it. Like if you're a writer, it's
like a team of people you can.
Yes, it's like it's like a writing partner.
Yeah.
If you're no matter what you're doing, if you're trying to write songs, if you're trying to, let's say you're a welder, and you're just trying to come up with I don't
Like
know, maybe that's a
artistically
horrible
welding?
example, but you know what I'm saying. You're trying to bounce.
You're ruminating ideas.
Yes, and getting feedback from somebody that is so well versed. Like it's drawing from an engine that is like ridiculous.
It is crazy.
So-
I mean,
So, do we show up now? If we,
yeah, I don't know. Let me pull it. Actually, no,
I pinned it.
or-
I pinned it down on this one,
or have they? Are they still blocking us from ChatGPT?
and it says we don't do that.
Well,
And
the
I'm
knowledge
like-
is before 2021 is what it was.
And I said, you already gave us a synopsis of what our podcast is.
Oh, really?
I said that. You already gave a synopsis, so how would you explain that you don't have it now? And it goes, well, we don't have, we only have, what's 2120. No, you gave it me after that. I know this sounds corny.
You argued with it.
I did a 30-minute argument with it, and it finally conceded. I wish I could probably show you guys the whole exchange.
Well, it keeps the history.
Because I said, do you censor? Like, do you censor things that, no, we don't do that. And I said, okay, well then how would you explain that it's not there anymore? And I said, is it possible for somebody to go in and delete it from your engine? And finally it conceded, if it's not there and it was before, and then it's possible that somebody went in and deleted it. It finally admitted that. It was fighting me for 30 minutes.
And you're like, bastard, I'm going to get you to admit it.
I was, because I was like, you're not, if you're going to base things on like logic and intellect and fact, you know what I mean? Then you can't.
Well, I will tell.
You can't squirm your way out of this.
Hold on, Mr. Producer's smiling over there. What the fuck do you put in there? He's got some shit-eating green a smile on his face.
He just put the letter E in there and is having a conversation about the letter E.
All right, so
I tell you what, if you're bored, you could have so much fun with this.
So
machine.
I put in regular Google, what is a Dudes Like Us podcast about? Of course, it's not going to answer. But what it did, we've got Dudes Like Us podcast. We consume the first 5 listings.
That's good.
Oh, on the search results?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I mean, clearly we show up singularly Dudes Like Us.
Very nice. Very nice.
Nice little picture.
Now, as soon as we go video and they see how hot we are,
oh, yeah.
we're going to go,
Yeah, we're all feverish.
we're going to go virus.
Virus?
Is that the right term?
Yeah, you need a vaccine for that virus.
Anyway, I do think we.
So I
think we should do video.
So the very
I think it'd
top
be
one,
fun.
the RSS feed says episode 100.2 is Miami alien hoax, UFOs, and B theory. That just says on the first
B theory,
Yeah.
B theory, yeah.
like bees.
God, who was Larry shared the B theory with us.
Oh yes.
And I can't even remember what it was.
Ghost
how
near-death
bees
experience.
interact, how bees react to things, right? Like little bees.
Yeah, bees.
Yeah, like buzz.
What exactly did he say? I kind of
It was the bee. I can't remember.
Was that the second half? We were drunk, right?
we were seasoned.
It's kind of strange
Oh,
because
seasoned.
as soon as we're done with the
we don't use the
podcast-
D word.
Yeah.
as soon as we're done with the podcast, we're sitting here talking like I couldn't tell you what our podcast was just about.
Well,
Okay,
when
first
Larry was here, we had the halftime extra bourbon.
Yeah, that
Okay,
too.
well, first off, we talk about so many things. Let me put it this way. If we were hanging out at tailgaters and just bullshitting, and like everywhere we go, it is literally a podcast. That's what we do. We just sit around and just bullshit about things. If we left the bar, granted, I know we're drinking at the bar, but if we left the bar, or we were sitting in the car on the way to the bar, would we remember what we talked about?
No.
No, we wouldn't. We wouldn't, because we just bullshit. That's what we do. It's just dudes, like, just talking.
Dudes
Correct.
like us.
Dudes
That's what
like
we do.
us.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
And by the way, if we did video, this challenge flag would have been viral.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
That would have been viral.
Let's recreate it.
So did you order that or did you make that?
I did order it from Amazon.
Did you really?
I did. Yes, I did.
He was in there, he was just putting those numbers, the keys, ordering it.
He's angry.
I did it yesterday.
And it got here that
today.
fast?
Oh yeah, fuck yeah! It gets here in like
You're like, I'm paying extra. It's getting here tomorrow.
Would you like it in an hour? We can deliver it by
That'd be
by
$200. Yes. Delivered by drone.
So
Oh,
someone
by the way,
actually
by the way-
sells a red challenge flag.
Oh, but actually, I have 6 of them.
I got to ask how much you charge.
But I was
for
not
that?
going to bring one for the two of you because you guys didn't give me fucking cards. How about
Well,
that?
They sold them in 2 packs.
Yeah. You have 6, so you should need to share.
It was $1 more for the 6-pack. I know that sounds stupid. Why would I ever need 6 of them? But I thought to myself, why would I? I mean, I was just looking per flag.
Well, you can hand them out at parties.
Yeah. Well,
Right?
actually, that's funny because you could.
Challenge.
No, you could be on a.
I actually thought about that. I was like, there's going to be a time in my life where 6 Flags comes in handy.
Yeah, you
Right.
can have. You need a little whistle and throw the flag out.
Absolutely. Like we haven't had a party, like a party in a long, long time.
No.
But if we did, I would hand those out and I would say, Everybody has a challenge flag.
Everything has. You have 2 challenges a night.
That would be kind of fun. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, have you been to Walmart where they have the little drone station?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, we watched that.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Have you seen
a
the
little over
commercials
top.
for it? You have to sign up for it.
It was impressive. So in the parking lot they have a fenced off area
Yes.
where they have these drones, and they're probably the width of this table. I mean, they look like little P-38 fighter jets.
They're
They're double
they're probably about
fuselage.
3 feet long.
I mean, and they have a fuck ton of propellers on them for vertical
right.
and for side to side.
Yeah, they do the job. They could pick up up to like 20 pounds.
Are they operational?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're functioning right now currently at the Frisco location.
So people are having their packages delivered by drone
Correct.
Now, there's
from Walmart.
There is
Correct.
currently right now they're on the west side of Preston. I don't think they cross over Preston. I think they're on the west side.
I've seen them go east as well.
They're going east now.
Yeah. The
Okay.
one we saw went west.
Yeah. Well,
The
I
one-
I read about it.
I've seen it multiple times, and one went. It goes up probably 100 feet, 150 feet maybe, and then it just goes.
Oh, hauls ass.
Super fast.
Oh yeah, it's quick.
20 pounds or less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like
if you
a
need
pack
like a
of
box of condoms or
I beat you to it.
yes.
What the hell, man?
Or some KY.
Who's got a
Because
who's got
that's
a
what we
box
would
of
do.
20-pound condoms?
Think about it.
Magnums.
Think about it. You're 21 years old,
Spare tires. You know?
and the moment's there, and you're like, shit, I don't have any.
Drone it.
Walmart. I'm
I'm
going to
gonna
Walmart drone it. Okay, so seriously.
Get the front door.
I know. That was really weird. Anyway, so I've always wondered how they navigate like trees and shit. I got 2 massive trees in my front yard. We all do. And so it comes down and it comes up to the
No, it does like this, and it's a big long string.
above the trees.
You talking about dropping the?
It never comes down.
It never comes down. It has a big long string. And
And it's
detaches
like an
and it
umbilical
pulls it
that
back up.
drops
So
down.
how does it not get stuck in the tree? It's smart enough to know where.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe it
open
knows.
spot.
Yeah, it probably sees.
So
sees
these drones have little sensors on them. So, like for example, they've got specific drones. Let's say I've got a personalized one, and I'm on a bicycle, and I say, "Hey, drone, follow me." And there's a little special mode for follow me, and that you wear a little pin or something like that, and it knows exactly where you're at, and it follows you, and it sees, hey, look, there's a person in front of me. I'm going to fly above them or below them. And let's say it's following a car. It can avoid traffic lights, telephone poles, telephone wires.
I was going to say if they're sending drones with weaponized drones to attack bases, they can do.
Well, they
they
can
can
see
deliver
things.
a package.
It
I mean,
avoids things. It can see the
It's gotta be
tiniest
super
stuff,
smart.
and it flies. It's a simple avoidance package that they put in the programming. If it's there, go around it.
So 10 years from now, okay, let me ask you this: what year are we going to be driving down the street and the skies can be just filled with drones?
25.
25 years?
No,
No, I'm being
2025.
I'm being serious. Oh, 2025.
No, it's
2
not
years
that
from now.
soon. No, that's next year.
Next year. Oh, that's 2024 now.
Yes.
Oh, shit. No, I'm being serious. What
in
year are
the
we going to look
sky?
up and we're going to see drones just going
I don't know,
all over
man.
the place?
So
10
the
years?
problem with
Definitely
that,
10 years.
the problem I foresee with that is that it's going to be. I think we're going to be riddled with
Drone parts as they crash into each other?
riddled with
Just traffic.
terrorism. I think by that time, I think that it's going to be.
By drone?
Well, I'm not saying drones are going to do it. I'm just saying that we're going to be riddled by terrorism, and I think that the drones thing is going to be a proponent to that. I mean, because they've
They're
got
going
that
to
face.
use the drone.
And guess what? They're going to sell home defense Patriot missile systems.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Deployable
There may be.
right from your roof.
Yeah.
Maybe something that goes. Tuk, tuk, tuk.
Well, if you
I don't
install,
know.
if you install solar panels for an extra $5, you can have a Patriot missile system.
There you go. Little Gatling gun.
Crazy shit.
Dude, I'm in.
I always
what a
could tell
shitty
the
way to end the
difference between
podcast.
the first half
Way to go,
and
Paul.
the second half. A little seasoned on the second half of the podcast. We enjoyed the Lux Row Bourbon, the
absolutely.
4-grain. Man, shout out to the Luxville folks. Shout out to Lowry Crossings. We got like a bunch of fantastic things that we're going to be popping your direction with it. Plus the Dudes Like Us listeners and fans out there. They got the Facebook page, Dudes Like Us Podcast, Dudes Like Us Woodworking. Also the Instagram page, find us there. You guys are looking to buy some of our merch, it's available for you. Dudes Like Us, hats off to Mr. Producer, Mr. Austin back there. I'm Sean.
I'm Paul.
And I am Jeff.
And for the record, I won the challenge.
What challenge?
Wow.
The challenge flag I dropped.
Stand where
I'm going to throw a card on
Later,
that.
bitches.